Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the Sikh Youth Show each and every Wednesday on the Sikh channel. We've got a guest with us today, one of our Sevadars, Kabir Singh. Welcome to the show. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So today we're going to be discussing some of the coverage that we've just had on mainstream media, BBC, and some of the feedback. We've had a fantastic response. Honestly, the phones are off the hook, and it's been really epic. I'm saying people are ringing from Yorkshire down to South London. It's been such a fantastic response. We are totally overwhelmed and so thankful to the Sangat, because why? You always back the Seva and the project and the efforts that our people do. So our Sevadars do, our work, the efforts, the time, the day and night, the efforts that they're doing. First of all, I just want to go to Kabir Singh and say, Cabs, what kind of feedback have you had from the response so far?
It's been phenomenal, the feedback that we've had. I mean, the social media's just gone sky high, and I feel we want to thank people for the support, the Sangat supporting. Obviously, they supported with the stings first, and the response we got from that was great. But also, for it to go to the BBC, I think it's taken it to another level. So we'd like to thank. We couldn't do it without the support of the other Sevadars as well, on a day-to-day basis, who are behind the scenes. Some people can't come on in front of cameras, so we'd like to thank them. And I'd like to thank Baji as well for all the support he gives to all the Sevadars, gives them all a role. There's different sort of Seva that anyone can get involved in, whether it be, coming onto the stings, supporting victims, or just taking a less active role and just helping out whenever they can.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's really important that what we're doing behind the scenes, the Sevadars behind the scenes are doing, is fantastic. And, like the response has been, honestly, it's crazy. So it's really good. We want to thank the Sangat for always continuously supporting us. The message got out there, and that was the key thing, that we as a community will not tolerate Pakistani men targeting Sikh girls in a racial motive, and we do not like that. And the evidence is there clearly as can be with the report that was produced late in November last year, and some of the work and effort that went into that. It took 6 months for one of our Sevadars to do, and that hit mainstream news. Now let's look at the last 6 months of what's happened. So in September we did a 10-day umbrella where we did a project where we done stings. Within 48 hours, 2 paedophiles who came to meet underage Sikh girls were caught by our team. This is what we've showed to the Sangat. Then we helped provide a solution for the community to the problem, which was a smart centre, which is obviously, you've seen the updates and there's fantastic work happening. There's a directing team, there's a steering group, which is fantastic. And they're up and away and they're off and they're starting to do some great work. Within that, we did in November, we did the report and we publicised the report. It's an initial study, but the report needs more work. Obviously, we need more people to put more input so we can do more research on it. This is the whole point. This was just an initial study, and this is the capability what we got produced and put out there to the Sangha, which was fantastic. Why is it so fantastic and the response was excellent is because when you now go into Google search and you type in Sikh girls, you type that into Google search right now, the top, all of the searches at the top come with the report, with the targeting, the racially motivated targeting of Sikh females in UK. So with Maharaj's Kirpa and the Sadh Sangat's support, that's what the capability of that report was. Now to take it over onto another level, mainstream media interviewed us. And obviously there's always going to be your people in denial. And, there was a Pakistani youth worker from Small Heath, I believe, yes, and who's in total denial of this epidemic. He's saying there shouldn't be entrapment when the police use entrapment to entrap people. If you look at this entrapment and this word, let's analyse this for a moment. When people are entrapping, I think the paedophiles are entrapping young children. These are married men. Let's have a look at this. married men with 3, 4 children, entrapping children on messaging sites, on young social media sites. You know, it's horrific. Married adult male men. Yeah, and specifically their motives were religious and racial. That's why we put them in front of the Sangat, trying to engage them in sexual acts so they could target these young children and take them away from their dharm, take them away from their families, from their parivar, from their culture. You know, all of these things that they did to try and take them into their culture, shisha bars. You know, we see that as mana. You know, when Masarangar used to do hookah and have girls dancing in Sri Harmandir Sahib cabs. You know, Matab Singh and Sukha Singh went in and, you know, did seva of Masarangar, because the hookah is mana to Sikhs. And when they're trying to target young Sikh girls and take them to shisha bars, you know, this is some of the context that we're seeing, and we're seeing the religious and racial element today. The context when they were saying, would you, are you okay with Pakistani boyfriends? You know, the context of some of the way they're writing when they're calling girls, young Sikh girls, dirty Sikhnis and stuff like that. Cabs, you know, just put a bit of input onto this. You know, this racial and religious element. How bad like, I know how bad it is, and the Sangat, we always tell them, just from your opinion, what you've seen when you're doing seva, how bad do you think it gets?
I think it gets really bad, to the fact that some of the Pakistani people are in denial. Some of the comments I've been seeing on social media as well.
A lot of denial.
They're all denied, but can I just ask one question to them as well? Put yourself in the shoes of some of the victims, what they've gone through. Yeah,
definitely. Not just the victims, the secondary victims, their family members.
Family, exactly. We've all got sisters, mothers. Yeah, look at the shock the families have to go through.
Definitely.
There's instances that we've had to deal with where family members have tried to commit suicide in worst case scenarios.
Yeah.
So we need to look at that aspect as well.
Definitely.
Yeah?
And some of the work, today's documentary that was aired on mainstream, you spoke to victims who actually were took into care and put under the perpetrator's control, away from their families, and they said they were forced to sit through Islamic prayers while they were there, just before they were raped. You know, forced to sit through Islamic prayers before they were raped. You know, I'm glad the mainstream media finally put it out there and put the Sikh victims' voices out there. So important. Secondly, the work, right, we were talking about this youth worker who was in denial. If we go back into the 80s, this is 2019 and they're still in denial. If we go back into the 80s, when the original Sher-e-Punjab were on a documentary, I believe it was Network East at the time, they went on a documentary, and there was a young Pakistani youth worker then, and he was also in denial of Sikh females being targeted. So is it just a myth, or are these people still, you know, I haven't seen no changes there. I've seen evidence. I've worked on the ground with this. You worked on the ground with this. We've seen countless of our brothers convicted because they had to stand up. And one thing that highlighted was really in the mainstream media today, how the police failed us.
Police failed us, 100%.
You know, it's shocking how the police are failing us. They said they arrested a young man on rape and let him go without further charge.
The youth worker from Smallheath actually mentioned one of the cases from the Raise report.
Yes.
2013 case. However, he kind of dismissed it. If you look closely, he was like, oh no, but even that, there's not enough evidence.
How is there not enough evidence?
How much more evidence? There's people who got convicted for their vile acts.
Definitely.
Of having sexual activity with a minor Sikh girl.
Yeah, definitely. So, Sangatji, we just want to thank you for your support. And, you know, we're so glad that it got out there that the police have failed the Sikh community, you know, and this is what we needed. We needed to highlight this to the Sangat, how the police are failing us. They're trying to not highlight and go down a route, you know, because of sensitivities of cultural issues and be politically correct. We need to call a spade, and we need to get more research done and put more time and effort into those victims who are suffering now. Right now, we've got European cases, migrants coming from Europe, and they are getting put into care. Do you really want your child in care being forced to listen to Islamic prayers? Do you really want them to be raped and controlled by perpetrators and gangs like this? We don't. And we're not saying the whole religion is bad. Remember this, and I'm going to reiterate, the whole faith is not bad, but there is a certain element that target Sikh females specifically, and they have a religious and racial motive to it.
Absolutely. Going back to your migrants comment, they've come to this country, they're very vulnerable, they need support. So all we can do is carry on with the camps that we've been doing at Guru Nanak Gurdwara Smethwick, get the youngsters more involved, because these vile people, they target vulnerable people. People who are vulnerable, have broken households, who are just in an area that they don't really know much about. So these people, from our experience, are most likely to be targeted because of obviously language as well, not fitting in. They'll take advantage of these people. So it's our job as well to keep going with these camps and provide support to all these migrants as well.
Yeah, no, some of the footage, as you can see in the background, and we showed the racial element when perpetrators do target, they do specifically say that when we asked them a question, would you do it to a young Pakistani girl, they denied it. How many Sikh girls, one of the perpetrators had done it to more than one Sikh girl. So they were specifically targeting Sikh females. This was the whole point of highlighting those two to the Sangha. What we did in a short space of time, where there'll be a lot more to come. We've got a lot more work we've been doing behind the scenes, so it's fantastic. A lot of people are going to be in for a shock. Honestly, there's so much work going on behind the scenes that you will really be shocked about. But what we want is your continuous support. Keep supporting us. Keep giving us one. We've had phone calls from all up and down the country today, so we really, really do appreciate the Sadh Sangha's support. Honestly, it's been overwhelming, honestly. You know, and coming up now, we've got Vaisakhi coming up, you know, in the next couple of months. We've got Hola Mahalla coming up. There's so many events. The National Sikh Youth Akhand Path on the 8th, 9th and 10th. City Akhand Path Sahib at Guru Nanak Gurdwara Smethwick. We do it annually, so make sure you attend there. There we'll be doing seminars and we'll be putting out agendas of what are the programs out for the rest of the year, you know, for the 550 Gurpurb, for the 35-year remembrance for genocide of 1984. You know, these are two big events that we need to remember. So important that we focus on these events, so make sure you save those dates. Tomorrow, you were just touching on some of the prevent work we do tomorrow. There's a kids camp at Guru Nanak Gurdwara Smethwick from 9 till 4, Thursday and Friday. So if you're listening to this and you're in the area, make sure you send your children, nephews, nieces, make sure they come along. They can learn a lot more about what goes on, what happens in our history, and how they can stay safe going forward as a community. You know, as a community, you know, some of the work that's been going on, Caps, how important is it for us? You know, like there was on the show today, in the documentary on media, they said that, are we trying to create our own Sikh police force? Now, Khalsa's Niara anyway, Maharaj made 100%. Us Niara. So we need to continue the work we're doing. But it's fantastic to see that they realise that we are not in need of anyone. We've got our Guru.
100%.
Yeah, we've got Maharaj, we've got the Sangat. As a community, we have united on this big Bantik Masla, which is fantastic, Caps.
It's fantastic, I think, and you know, to have different people of different backgrounds. Seva is a beautiful thing.
Definitely.
You have people from different backgrounds, different walks of life coming together under one banner, doing Seva for the right cause. And I think if we keep
it unites us.
It unites us as a Qawm.
Of course it does. I've seen some of the comments, the feedback, the build-up to this documentary that came on today. Some of the, you know, people posting it, you know, everyone knows this is a united issue for us as a community. They know it's been going on for far too long.
100%, and it's good to see like different Sikh organisations as well sharing it on social media platforms. We might have different ways of different views. But when it comes down to the time, we all unite together, and that's what it's all about.
Definitely,
keeping together and supporting each other on Bantik projects.
Yeah, no, definitely. Bantik issues are a priority. Maharaj said prioritise the Bant. We have to prioritise the Bant. Maharaj gave everything for the Bant. He gave up his 4 sons. He gave up his mum, his father, everything for the Bant. So Bant of Asem, we have to focus and prioritise the Bant. That is a must. Be active in your areas. Be active. get stuff done. Let us know what you need. You know, we've got a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing for the next couple of months, preparing for Zaki magazine. If you want to write an article for our magazine, please do so. Let us know what you can do to support us as an org. We've got so much to do. Sikh Youth UK are up and down the country, day in, day out. We've got so much going on behind the scenes. We're producing, on Sunday we were doing a fantastic video shoot for our latest track, Badala, which is fantastic. You know what? Me and Cabs were the guys on set, and you know how many youngsters wanted to be part of it, Cabs? That was excellent.
That was really good to see, and I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, man, 50, 60 youngsters from the area all coming together just to be part of that Badala project. And these are active guys, and half of them didn't want to go on camera, so they were behind set. But 50, 60 of them on set, on camera, you know, it just showed some fantastic unity from the youth. And some of them were from like different areas, or they didn't get on, but they all came together for part of the project. It was fantastic.
That was inspiring to watch, I think.
Definitely.
You know,
it shows that we're, as an org, making a difference to them.
Yeah, we're providing unity within the youngsters, and that's what matters, because they're the next generation.
They need direction.
Yeah, and they need the right sort as well.
Yeah, Bantik Sorch. It has to be Bantik Sorch.
Yeah, no, we can't, look, we don't want no wishy-washy sort.
No,
there's
enough fairies out there anyway. We need a Bantik Sorch. We need Bantik Dardi, Naujawan coming through, you know, ready to take on the issues that they face at school. Some of them have been bullied and they've come through the boxing, and now they've evolved and inspired, and their confidence has grown fantastically.
Confidence levels are on the rise within the youth as well, and because they're sticking together as well, I think that brings the confidence out. I mean, the boxing classes, the wrestling classes as well at G&G, I think building a team atmosphere as well. Obviously, some of the stalls we do up and down the country, some of the youth guys who are at school and college come along with us. We make them feel welcome.
Of course.
And they can feel part of doing active server.
Definitely.
And meeting people as well. I think that's key. Communication skills. Their communication skills increase as well.
Definitely.
And
definitely.
I feel they'll excel in life as well, on all platforms.
And this is what, in the area and the work we're doing, this is what the capability is. So if everyone was active, what I'm noticing is there's not enough student activists, Sikh student activists.
No.
Honestly. And we're seeing a lot of great Langadon campuses and great events happening. We need more student activists in these places, coming from the student bodies. Honestly, like, it is so, everyone is providing langar, we're creating langar halls in student halls and student unions and whatnot, and we're inviting everyone in, and we're forgetting the two main priorities to tell them, remember who our guru is and never to disrespect our guru, and the second one is to never to look at our mothers, sisters and daughters in that negative light.
I think that should be first and foremost when people are coming in.
Definitely.
We open our doors. It's fine to open our doors.
Of course, 100%. We welcome everyone.
We welcome everything. That is the part of our Qawm. However, if you're going to come and look
there's a protocol.
Yeah. If you're going to come and look at our daughters, mothers, whoever in a wrong manner, you're not
for
welcome.
Your own financial or sexual gain, then that's not going to be tolerated. No. And we as Sikhs will stand, and that's what we showed today on mainstream media, which is fantastic. It showed that the police aren't defending us as a community, but we will stand and defend our deep end Izzat. And that is our priority, honestly. We really need to. As an org, we are focused on that. Please go on our website, have a look at some of the work that we've been doing. Go on our social media sites. Please follow us, like us. Keep sharing the work we're doing. Follow us each and every Wednesday on the Sikh channel and the Sikh Youth Show. If you want to come on the show and have a discussion or a topic or a debate, more than welcome to. We will, we're happy to sit and discuss with anyone, any of the issues that we've raised, any of the concerns that you have in the community. And if you have concerns with us, more than welcome. But you know what? So fantastic of the support from the Sangha today. Honestly, it's overwhelming.
It was overwhelming, especially on social media.
Definitely.
To see people sharing the post as well, getting involved. People you wouldn't even think.
Nah, man, definitely.
Getting involved. Some people, even at work, I was speaking to, they were saying, we've seen it, we want to know what it's all about. Yeah. So at least then it's prajar.
Yeah,
to people that were blind to it, hopefully we open their eyes that, we can save generations, because look at what happened. It's, as we see as look, Sikh girls have been targeted loads. But also look at the white girls in Rochdale, Rotherham as well. So maybe it'll open people's eyes
course,
further to look after their own families.
Those were hidden scandals.
Absolutely.
For ages in the UK.
We went to Telford, look at that.
Yeah, that another hidden scandal. And you know, it's when positive MPs are pushing in the right direction. Now, this time last year, we met Sarah Champion, and she came and she met our team, and she helped direct us into the right direction, into some of the work that we need to do. And we have done it. And, you know, she's always supported us. She was the first MP after the report was released to say there should be an independent, she wants an independent inquiry into the religiously, racially motivated targeting of Sikh female. There needs to be an independent inquiry into this. So we are asking, there is a petition out there. Please sign the petition and share it. Go on our links on our social media. You will find the petition. Please do share it, sign it, get your family and friends to share it. Very important. Secondly, there's a race report out there that gives you 5 decades of racially motivated targeting of Sikh females. It goes back 5 decades. Very important that we share the efforts that have gone in. Some of our brothers ended up in prison. Some of our fathers ended up in prison because of this issue. So we have to show our respect to those and those secondary victims that suffered, those homes that were broken. Very important. This issue is in the forefront of our Bantik agendas.
100%. A lot of our brothers, fathers, like you've just mentioned, they lost careers. Some of them had to fend for families as well. So we need to take that into consideration as well. Look how much compassion they showed. That's what I mean. They see the Banth as one.
Definitely.
They don't just see their own family as one. They look at the bigger picture.
Of course.
And they felt compelled because of the non-action of the authorities.
Definitely, the system has failed us as a community.
And they had to take things into their own hands. They felt like there was no other route. They felt like blockaded. There was no other route out, so they had to.
Definitely, and you know, they were convicted for this, but what we're still seeing is the failures of the police. And this is what's disturbing, to see the police failures, police denial, the social workers denial, the education departments cover up, all of these social services, foster care teams, all covering up. You know, it's very important that if you're in those departments and you work there and you're Sikh, please prioritise the Banth. Put them little Sikh children as a priority and make sure that we save homes, not break them. We need to start supporting those who are struggling in there, especially the Europeans. We need to start doing some work with the European community on this, who are coming here from Portugal, Spain, Italy, Holland. You know, we've seen how bad it gets with them.
Yes, we have. And that's why, because of our experiences, we always reiterate this same point. Please, Sikh children, put them to Sikh. People who are going to understand their background, their dharam, their language, their culture, food.
Definitely.
It's a big thing. You know, then you're going to alienate them by putting them into a family they don't know their rich history. You need someone that understands their history, their culture.
That's going to encourage them to continue with that instead of taking away from something, you know.
Exactly.
We are blessed to be born in Sikh homes, you know, and Maharaj has given us a seva, and we're going to continue that seva as we do, we have done, and we will continue to do. We thank everyone, honestly. We've got a couple of minutes of the show. We want to thank everyone again. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. The amount of support the Sangat are giving us is fantastic. You always have done, and you always will, and Maharaj, his blessings as always. He guides us in the right direction. We try and do best as we can as his children, and we make countless mistakes, but we try our best. But, you know, to work within the community on Bantik issues, you know, that's a priority. And to put our deep enders at first, we need to do that. So that's a priority. As a community, we need to. You know, thank you again to everyone who helped push this mainstream media out there and get the message out there that we aren't going to tolerate as a community when Pakistani men are targeting Sikh females, and we will continue to try and do our prevent work, and we will continue to try and safeguard the Sikh community, and we will question where they're failing us, and we will challenge them, because we will continue to challenge them and openly challenge them, because they have failed us. They haven't tried to address it in any way whatsoever, and this is a key issue where there needs to be some sort of ground where they're understanding the issue. So more work with the professionals who need the understanding, who can probably try and make a difference. But again, you know, you have to be the ones doing it. We as a community, we're going to try, we're going to bring the evidence in front of you. It's how they take it on board now and how they tackle it. Honestly.
Absolutely. All we could have done is shed light to it.
Definitely, and we will continue to do that.
And we will continue to. But just as the show's ending, I'd just like to say to all the Sangha, anyone that wants to get involved
Definitely.
in any of our projects, you're more than welcome. You know what we're about now.
Yep.
So anyone that feels they would like to get involved, please get in touch social media-wise. There's numbers as well, isn't there, on the social media?
07761251840, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and have a look at our website, www.sikhyouthuk.com. G&G Smethit for the next 2 days. Make sure some of our Sevadars will be helping there. We want to thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.